Both of you gave me completely wrong information. We apologize for the hallucination.
You need to fix these stupid mistakes.
Have you noticed that almost everywhere you look lately, somebody is panicking about AI? It feels like we went to bed in a normal world, woke up one morning, and suddenly robots, algorithms, and weird acronyms were running the show. And if that makes you feel a little uneasy, you're not alone. Last week, we talked about that quiet reminder from Proverbs about not needing to figure out every single piece of the road before taking the next step. And I was thinking this week, that exact same truth applies to all this noise around technology. You don't have to understand every single wire and line of code to live with peace in today's world, because AI didn't show up overnight. It's been here for decades. It just finally walked out from backstage and introduced itself. Maybe I look at this a little differently because I actually learned computer programming back in the 1980s. And let me tell you, back then, if you spent your Saturday nights looking at green text on a black computer screen, you were a nerd or a geek. And that was not a compliment back then. The nerds were the odd people tucked away in the basement. Now look at them. They're running the world. Back then, if you wanted a computer to do anything, someone had to write every single step by hand. You wanted a program to translate a word? Somebody coded that. You wanted a reminder for your doctor's appointment? Somebody coded that. You wanted your Christmas lights to switch on at 6 o'clock? Yep. Somebody had to build a tiny program just for that. Everything had its own little separate box. And regular people didn't need to know how it worked. We just waited for the geeks backstage to build a tool, hand it to us, and we used it. And while those people were backstage working over the last 20 years, technology quietly got smarter. Your email learned how to catch spam before you opened it. Your bank learned to notice when a transaction didn't look like your usual grocery run. Your phone learned your face. Your map started looking at traffic 5 miles ahead and saying, nope, don't go that way, turn left. We were already surrounded by artificial intelligence every single day. We just didn't sit around our kitchen table saying, oh my goodness, the algorithms are taking over. No, we just called it modern life. It was quiet. It stayed behind the curtain. And then something actually changed. The people backstage built something we could simply talk to. And one day, AI walked out from behind the curtain, stood right in front of us, and said, hi, I'm ChatGPT. And then another one walked out, hi, I'm Gemini. And suddenly everyone gasped like a ghost walked into the room. AI is here. AI has been here. What changed is that for the first time in history, regular people don't need to know computer code to use it. When I was learning programming, I had to memorize exact syntax and commands. Today, I can just talk to it in plain English. Sometimes very plain English. Sometimes I argue with it. I can say, help me explain this simply. Organize these thoughts. Help me figure out a recipe for what's in my fridge. Instead of waiting for a developer to build a separate app for every tiny thought, we can just start with what we want to do. Now, does that mean we trust everything it says? Of course not. It makes mistakes, sometimes very confidently wrong mistakes. And real conversations about jobs, privacy, and how much time we spend staring at screens are important. But you don't need to be terrified of something just because you don't know what's under the hood. You don't have to run out, buy 5 books, and become a tech expert. You don't have to learn programming. Just stay curious. Ask it a question. See what it can do and see what it can't do. And always keep your own common sense in the driver's seat.
Both of you gave me completely wrong information. We apologize for the hallucination.
You need to fix these stupid mistakes.
You need to fix these.
Maybe AI isn't a monster coming to take over your life. Maybe the geeks backstage just finished building a new tool, opened the curtain, and handed us the microphone. So yeah, that's enough thinking for today. Now, go enjoy your life.